The International Business Times is reporting that religion is massively on the decline at college campuses. They say, quote, an annual survey of Harvard University's incoming freshman class revealed in September that more students identified as atheist or agnostic than as Roman Catholic or Protestant, suggesting millennials are turning away from traditional American faiths in a country that has long had a Christian majority. They continue, Harvard's poll of beliefs and lifestyles of the class of 2019 found that 21% of incoming freshmen said they identified as agnostic, and 16.6% identified as atheist. Meanwhile, 17.1% identified as Catholic and 17% as Protestant. In other words, 38% of the incoming freshman class said they were agnostic or atheist, while just 34% said they were Catholic or Protestant. Some 12% of the class said they identified as other. In the other category would be a mix of things, you know, deists, New Age, spiritualism stuff, or even other religions. Like there's just a smaller percentage of other religions there, so that includes Hindu, Muslim, so on and so forth. So this is right in line with the national statistics in terms of the trend. So as of right now, about 3% of Americans identify as atheists. But at the same time that that's the case, and that is admittedly a small number, over 20% identify as non-religious. So that's, again, it's a slightly different category and it's a bigger umbrella, but that includes agnostics, that includes deists, that includes, you know, like I said, the New Age spiritual kind of people who don't believe in a God or a religion, but just say, yeah, I believe in something, I just don't know what. The people who say that nature is my God, stuff like that. So we're looking at an important trend here. Now, unfortunately, as we've covered before, this is not the trend worldwide. Worldwide, the growth of, irreligiosity, I guess you could call it, is much slower. But particularly in the United States and in some other Western nations, you're seeing a trend in that direction. Now, the thing that struck me here is the people they asked in this poll, so it's a higher percentage than even the country at large here that say they're non-religious. Perhaps that's because they're going to Harvard. When you're going to Harvard, not in every case. Nepotism is involved sometimes with people who get into Harvard or Yale or Ivy League schools. We all know those cases, famous cases. But by and large, if you're going to an institution like Harvard, probably pretty smart. And, you know, you're less likely to be religious. Now, that's not to smear or put down religious people. There are plenty of religious people that are very intelligent. I mean, I just read a story yesterday about how Stephen Colbert is actually a devout Catholic. Now, he goes on to explain in the piece, which was on the Daily Beast, well, logic and faith are separate. I know I can't, logic does not point me in the direction of God. Logic does not point me in the direction of faith. But nonetheless, you have to feel it. I am a faithful person, and that's my belief. So I get it. Like, that's what I would call one of the smart man's dodges, where it's like, faith is over there in my mind, logic is over here in my mind, I'll be rigidly logical about everything in my life, but this one thing I'm giving myself permission to just say, I'm going to believe what I want to believe. That's certainly more respectable than the fundamentalists who oftentimes use their religion for every negative, hateful thing you can ever imagine. So liberal religion, moderate religion, the people who know that their faith is faith and not fact, that's better, but I think that on some level, if you're that kind of a person, it's almost like you're flirting with agnosticism, you're flirting with atheism, you're almost there, but at the end of the day, you're like, oh no, for whatever reason, cultural identity, ethnic identity, family reasons, whatever, you're still holding on to the remnants of religion. And what we're seeing here is it's an increasing trend where people are willing to take that next step, where they say, no, I am an agnostic. No, I am an atheist. No, I am a secular humanist. No, this is my belief. And I like that, man, because I like it when people can kind of cut the chains or cut the strings, the cultural strings that have in many ways shaped them to make them who they are. where everybody, or I should say most people, love their family, their friends, their parents, their society they were raised in. They have nothing but lovely memories of it. And a lot of people fall into that trap of thinking, since they are good people, since I like my environment, therefore they're correct. They are factually right about the things they believe. No, those are two separate things. They can be lovely people. It can be a great environment. You can have great friends. You can live in a peaceful region. But at the same time, it could be the case that the philosophical underpinnings, the religious underpinnings of the beliefs in that area are not true. And I would say that's the case in virtually every area that's religious. Whether you live in the Amazon and you worship tribal gods, whether you worship, back in the day, the Greek gods or the Roman gods, or you believe in Shinto or Buddhism or Hinduism or whatever, it's more of just a weird philosophy that's not correct that you're holding on to than anything else. So I respect it and I like it when people say, no, I don't believe you. They look at culture, they look at their own culture in the face and they go, wrong, wrong. I thought about it, sorry. And the thing is, I think we all know on some level, or again, a lot of us know on some level, if you were born, in wherever, Afghanistan, you'd probably be Muslim, probably be a devout Muslim. If you were born in India, depending on what region you were born in and what time you were born in, you might believe in Hinduism. If you were born in, a evangelical region in the United States, you'll probably be evangelical. Back in the day, you were born in some sort of Native American tribe, you would believe in the different rituals and the gods that they worship. If you were, born in ancient Rome, you believe in the Roman gods. The list goes on and on. So it is totally and utterly arbitrary. And it just requires a little bit of bravery and a little bit of, stone-cold logic to be able to step outside of your own perspective and go, oh, if I look at this, from as objective a position as I can, it looks like all the different religions are wrong. They're, just a series of myths and beliefs that we've based culture on, but I'm willing to use my own mind, my own logic, my own reason, and perhaps move forward in that direction as opposed to hanging on to something which I would argue is probably past its due date and past its relevance in the age of enlightenment and in the age of the internet and in the age of all the other modern amenities we have.